ago, so it's fine. Mm-hmm. It's totally fine. There was a bunch of shit that wasn't ready to go. What do I just do?
What are you?
We're good.
Check. What do we do?
No, we're good. We're good. Just chill out. I'm just going to start Audacity, and then we'll officially start the episode. I'll cut all this out.
Yeah, you fine. With your fine.
Those watching live get an extra few minutes of me fumbling around, not knowing what the hell's going on.
And how much
graham
fun is
crackers
that,
in your mouth.
Graham crackers all up in my mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome into Velocity Entertainment. Where each and every weekday, 3 friends, sometimes more friends, sometimes you plan for more friends, and then all of them are like, nah, we're good. Gather around this table and talk about news that includes but is not limited to movies, TV shows, video games, anime, music, fan castings, rankings, whatever it is we want to talk about. And we talk about it, and then we fuck off for a week. I am your host, Kyle Leonard. If you like the show, go to twitch.tv/VelocityPod where you can follow the podcast. You can subscribe to the podcast to help support. And you can interact with us live in the chat when we talk about our weekly subjects today. We're fan casting the live-action Legend of Zelda movie.
You goddamn right we are.
To be coming out in 2027, not but 2 weeks ago. So pretty fresh in the old minds.
I don't like it.
If you're more of an audio podcast listener, don't fret, don't worry, because you can go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts where you can subscribe to the show. Leave 1 to 5 stars in reviews for the show. Now you can comment on those very same shows. And find over 200 episodes to binge watch, enjoy, and have me inside of you. No comments? Okay. Moving on.
We're used to it.
Moving on. We're okay with it.
The shock value.
I got the seal of approval from these guys. They're now perfectly okay with it. Have no issues.
If you don't say anything long enough, he'll just forget about it.
Could be.
Yeah.
Or he'll just keep doing it. We'll just have to keep pretending like it's not real.
Oh, dude, I'll beat a dead horse until it's freaking ground beef, dude.
Ground horse.
Yeah.
No, till it's ground beef. Tell me how that works.
You're
It
gonna turn
never.
it into a bovine? I'm very confused.
Basically, it can never turn into ground beef, so I will never stop eating it.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That checks out.
If you're wondering who these sultry voices across from me are, we have the long hair, don't care, Thug Nasty, dropping them in the dirt, laying down the hurt, the all-knowing, almost Samoan, dishing out crosses, taking no losses. Highest bun in Sioux Falls. Tanner Ells.
Triforce.
That just looks like a single force to me. You need all 3 of us there to...
There's invisible lines in there that you can't see. Illuminati.
Which Triforce do you think we'd each get if it was split between us 3?
I don't know about wisdom.
I'll take wisdom.
I use a 77.
Need I remind you? Wisdom.
You're only a 3-time champ, all right?
That puts me in a tricky spot because I feel like I could be either bravery or power. You know what I'm saying?
Courage or power.
You know, I'll be wisdom. You could be power because you're a big, strong guy. And you could be bravery because the fact that we
keep showing up
calling
every
your
week.
names and you keep showing up every week.
You keep showing up every week. Takes a lot of courage.
I'm just really hoping one day that it'll pay off where we start making millions off of this
Millions.
podcast. That's the only reason why I stick around.
Millions.
It's going to be wild. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the Auburn Wonder, tearing haters asunder. When you see the lightning, prepare for the thunder and lock up your G-darn Gerudos. It's Zach Lind.
Thank you. I mean, death by snoo. Am I right?
Interesting lore behind the Gerudos. It's very weird to me. I don't like it.
Yeah?
I had a little discussion with Crumbling Sanity about it when I was doing the Gerudo Town in Ocarina of Time. What do you mean there's one dude born every 100 years?
Yeah.
How do they fucking populate?
They kill him to death by snoo.
But how are more of them born?
There's an Amazonian, and they would just steal other men and reproduce. And just shoom.
He's getting it. He's getting it.
First thing I had to do when I got to
Bear
that
with
town
him.
was break a bunch of people out of jail. Probably the snoo jail.
What gender were they?
Snoo jail, he says.
Were they
They
all male?
were all males. There was a bunch of carpenters that I had to
there
break
it
out of the
is.
jail that were building a bridge. It all makes sense
Mm-hmm. That's the way it is.
Because what I was going to explain to you guys is, see, this and this don't make babies.
Not in our world.
But in this world it does?
We also don't have like fairies that talk to us, you know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a lot of different rules in the Hyrule universe.
I mean, there might be mermaids, but we're not 100% sure on that one.
Well, we can't confirm, but I can definitely tell you for sure.
You don't have a fairy that talks to you.
I don't have a fairy that talks to me and tells me tips about how to do stuff.
Mine says that.
Hey, listen.
Hey.
I have a voice for Navi too.
Good.
I don't. I completely forgot about it. I'll think about it when you guys are
I have some serious ones. I have some very silly ones.
Most of mine are fairly serious.
I'm very excited.
It's
kind of me just sitting outside of Tyson's school pickup, looking up actors and going, like that was me earlier today.
Well,
if you're not familiar with what our show is going to be about today, we are going to fan cast the Legend of Zelda movie later on. I don't have a ton of news. I do want to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 a little bit because we did get a direct for that last week. And of course, it was the day after our podcast, so we were unable to give thoughts on that. Thoughts. But first, I want to ask you guys kind of about your weekend and your last week. How'd it go? We got to watch King of the Monsters, and we talked about King of the Monsters. Love watching that movie. That was fun. Go check out that episode on YouTube from yesterday if you haven't. Be on Spotify today. But what'd you guys do over the weekend? Did you guys have a good week?
Not as fun as a couple weeks ago going to the Twin Cities.
The con? Yeah, once you like get all high up on something, and it's kind of hard to beat it. You know? You saw Minecraft. I saw that.
More importantly than seeing Minecraft.
That came out?
Yeah.
Yes. More importantly than seeing Minecraft last week on Wednesday, I beat Ocarina of Time. But yeah, then I went and saw Minecraft afterwards, and it was an experience. If you go in the theater and not just like watching it at home, it is an experience because the teenagers have taken over the theaters.
Well, it is a video or movie for the younger audience.
Exactly. It is not a movie for us, and I gather that. I just have never been in a theater where it was so.
When you were the outlier.
So here's the thing: I wasn't like there was people that were mad. I wasn't super mad. It was more or less just like I was trying to figure out what was going on because they were clapping at things that I didn't understand or getting excited at things.
Oh, you're the boomer.
This was instead of using the word like the craziest theater. It was the most involved theater that I've ever been in for a movie.
Even more than like Endgame, really?
Yeah. That was like a people got excited at like one or two parts. This was like every 5 minutes, like they were standing up and clapping, and I was like, Jesus, like this is. They would all like yell lines before.
Yeah, I'm like seeing people getting fucking escorted out of movie theaters and stuff by security and all sorts of stuff on the internet because
from the Minecraft movie.
Yeah, because they're just like screaming and throwing popcorn on people.
Yeah.
And
that was the at the very end there was a kid that threw his popcorn bucket up in the air and then tried to pretend like it wasn't him and it hit some lady like 4 rows in front of him. And
and then they'll like
but
climb up on their friends' shoulders and pretend they're chicken jockeys and all sorts of stuff. And like they're getting kicked out of movie theaters and
damn.
See, I like from what I've heard, like mine must not have had like the worst experience. It was just like I said, lots of yelling, lots of clapping. I am Steve, chicken jockey, and then like the ending, like 5 minutes before the movie was over, I'm like, they're still fucking talking about shit, and they're just all standing there clapping, like, and they didn't stop. They just kept clapping, like it was funny. I'm like, okay, a round of applause lasts like 30 seconds. These guys are at like 3 minutes, and they're not stopping. Like, it was like I said, it was an experience, but I didn't want to knock them because I was like, I was a kid too. If they had come out with a fucking Final Fantasy VII movie when I was that age, I would have fucking lost my shit. But my dad probably would have punched me in the theater if I acted like that. So,
well, I mean, I'm glad it was enjoyable. From what I hear, it's a terrible movie, but it's like it's entertaining.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's entertaining,
but it's just like
for somebody who's never seen Minecraft, all I got to really enjoy was just the fucking bromance between Jack Black and Jason Momoa, which was just. I want to see more of them. They could be like, you know how they just beat us with fucking The Rock and Kevin Hart in movies? If they did that with Jack Black and Jason Momoa, I would not be mad. They are so fucking good together.
Well.
Yeah, I believe that.
I'm here for those guys together. They're fun. But other than that, I'd say a decent movie. Whatever.
So in your opinion, would it rank anywhere in the top 3 of our video game movies.
No. I don't know if it'd be in the top 5.
Okay.
However,
It's just funny. Like I said, I can't speak to the lore of the game, how close it sticks.
however, highest earning video game movie ever so far on release weekend.
Oh,
Which
even
sucks. I was like,
Sonic?
that sucks for Sonic, because like it's such a better movie.
Yeah.
So
But is
it's
it gonna
like,
get a
that's
sequel?
unfortunate.
Sonic blows us out of the water, dude. It's just like, again, but I don't want to be too critical of it because I don't understand if there's stuff that I just didn't get because I've never played the game.
I'm sure there's tons of stuff.
And it's like I don't feel like I can be critical because I just don't understand it. But like I said, I'm like overall, I was entertained. I wouldn't say like not all the acting was great. Like I said, it was just the bromance part that was real fun.
I'll allow it.
But that's where we're at.
I'll allow the slight criticism.
Yeah.
Of whilst also still being unknowing about the game.
Yeah.
I'll allow. It works. That's good. Ladies and gentlemen, last week it happened. We had been teased. We had been jerked. We had been stroked. But we had never been switched. Not yet. But now we've been switched. Last week we got our first Nintendo Direct dedicated to the Nintendo Switch. DOS 2. Did anybody see a lot of this, or were you kind of saving the...
I was saving it for the podcast.
And you kind of
I
watched
saw
some of it, or just kind of what I told you?
Just what you told me.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of news on like some games that are coming to the Switch. We got a whole bunch of news on the hardware capabilities of the Switch, the price, the release date, games that are coming from the Switch 1 that will be available on the Switch 2, so on and so forth. So let's dive in and kind of get you guys' thoughts on this, because I popped a lot watching this. And now that I've had like a week to kind of come down and like level my head out and kind of look at some of these announcements and some of these price points and stuff with a level head and not just like as a big Nintendo fanboy, there's some things I like and there's some things I don't like. First of all, it's got a ton of new hardware features, experiences, and it starts with a console itself that has a 7.9-inch LCD screen, which is 1.3 inches bigger than the Switch 1, so it's quite a bit chonkier.
Girthier.
Yep, I think the other one is 6.9, I believe, or 6.3 or something like that. Switch 1. It displays games at 1080p. However, those looking for better resolution will be happy to know that the dock will be able to output video up to 4K resolution and play games up to 120 frames per second. So Jesus Christ. Big news. I was very happy to hear that. The new Joy-Cons, which connect to the Nintendo Switch 2 with a magnet snap instead of a slide-in. I assume this is no doubt because...
Snappage.
That, and then they're also... it also has a mouse function. You can take the Nintendo Joy-Con off, flip it to the side, and then use it as a mouse for games. Interactive games.
Okay.
Includes mouse controls. The right Joy-Con also includes a new C button that'll work the new online feature called Game Chat, which was a big mystery. We're like, what does this C button do? Is this a cast button?
Yeah.
Is this a capture button? Turns out it's a chat button. You press the button, it'll bring up a little chat bubble at the bottom. That'll allow you to chat with your friends. There's a microphone in the Switch itself, the controller itself, and then you can also buy a camera that plugs into the Switch as well, so you guys can like see each other as you're playing games like Mario Kart, Mario Party, things like that.
Okay, I'm with that. I know that's an extra add-on thing to a not only chunky video game, but you'll probably get to the price on it too.
Yep. It was also confirmed that Nintendo Switch 2 will have red game cartridges, same size as the black ones from the Switch 1, but they're red this time, and it'll have 256 gigabytes of internal storage that can be expanded with micro SD express cards. It has spatial 3D sound and much more. The SD cards are special SD cards. You got to make sure you're getting the micro SD express ones, because even if they look similar to the other ones will not work. Game Chat is a new online feature from Nintendo that'll let players play and talk with each other while playing Nintendo games. Once game chat is activated, players will be able to press the C button on the right Joy-Con to not only start chatting with friends, but also share their screen, use video chat with the camera, and much more. So that's pretty cool. This doesn't really jive my boat, you know what I'm saying? Like, the chat on Nintendo is like, granted, the party and chat features of the Nintendo Switch are where they like seriously hurt the most. I think it's nice that they're upgrading it because like talking and playing with your friends is very hard on the Switch.
I guess I didn't never use that feature on the
As I
original
said.
Switch.
There's just like almost no feature for it. Yeah.
I just don't think of multiplayer stuff when I think of the Switch. Really, I guess besides like Mario Kart.
This is where Nintendo starts getting Nintendo about stuff. Game chat will be free until March of 2026 for all Nintendo Switch users, but it will require a Nintendo Switch Online membership afterwards. There's also a new feature called Game Share that will let users share a game with their friends who don't own a compatible game so they can play together.
Okay.
That's very cool. So I imagine that'll be cool for things like Mario Kart, things like Mario Party or multiplayer games. Mm-hmm. Who knows if all of these are going to be compatible with this feature? I would expect that some of them won't.
Well, the Nintendo base games definitely should be, but the third party,
you would think, yeah, but who knows? Accessories. Nintendo Switch 2 will be launching with a ton of accessories, including a Pro controller for $80 that looks a lot like the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, but comes with an audio jack, the C button for the game jack, and 2 extra back buttons, which I was very excited to see, like back paddles. Like basically for like your back fingers on the back of like the handles.
So not like L1, L2.
It's just extra ones, so you can map them to whatever you want. So if you are playing a shooting game and you don't want to move your fingers to the top to shoot or something, you can map them there. The camera will be $49.99, and that can be used with game chat. You can use the camera in many different ways, but also in various games like Mario Party Jamboree in a lot of fun ways. They also share details on a new Joy-Con 2, which is $90. Charging grip, $34. Joy-Con 2 strap, $13. Joy-Con 2 wheel for $20.
The fuck is the wheel?
I'm assuming, yeah, the wheel for games.
The fuck out of here.
And then a case and screen protector as well. Nintendo Switch 2 all-in-one carrying case, $80, and a Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter for $30. Nintendo really be loving to fucking charge us for everything, you know what I'm saying? They're like the Apple of video games.
Yeah.
The first party games that were announced for the Nintendo Switch 2, getting into the bread and butter of this. Mario Kart World kicked off the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Super pumped for this. It was packed with a ton of gameplay and exciting reveals. This is of course all from IGN.com. If you want to go read the article yourselves, you can do so. It was packed with a ton of gameplay and exciting reveals first. Can't wait to learn more about. First of all, it was confirmed that Mario Kart World will release on the same day as the Nintendo Switch 2, which is June 5th, 2025. That's right. 2 months from now or 3 months from now. Fucking crazy. Can't believe that.
It's a real quick turnaround there.
They've been working on it for a while, so
Yeah.
I'll give them that. And also, it fucking better be, dog. We've had a PlayStation 3 and a 4 and a 5 all in the time that the Switch 1 has been out. Like, you're goddamn right it better be coming out soon. If they'd have looked at me and been like, 2028, I'd have been pissed, dude.
Fucking want one, bud?
What might be the most exciting part about Mario Kart World is that it is a really massive, interconnected world that Nintendo wants you to explore. While there will be traditional levels with up to 24 drivers for the first time in a Mario Kart game,
Jesus.
there is much more freedom during and outside of the races. Alongside seeing our favorite characters racing in cars, motorcycles, boats, snowmobiles, and planes, we also saw characters grinding on rails. I popped when they popped up and like started grinding on the rail. I was like, "Oh, let's go!"
The snowmobile portion of that.
Riding on walls and more. Like all sorts of traversal. There was even a moment when a giant cow from Moo Moo Meadows was racing, so that's a playable character now as well. Shout out to the real heroes. There's 2 brand new game modes, Knockout Tour and Free Roam. Knockout Tour is an elimination battle royale style mode where you have to be the last driver racing as you travel across the wide world of the latest Mario Kart and avoid elimination. So basically, when one race ends, you have to keep driving to the start of the next level in the world, or you're eliminated.
You said elimination, and I'm like Twisted Metal.
So
So you'll pass the finish line, and then you have to drive to the next start line. So the race doesn't really end. It just
keeps going. I'm assuming that it's kind of like Forza Horizon.
Exactly like Forza Horizon. Yeah, people were drawing a lot of comparisons to that.
That's
And then
nice.
free roam allows players to explore the levels Mario Kart World has at their own pace. They can go off track or learn routes, or even just take a casual drive through the countryside. And you can bring your friends with you too to take like photo mode pictures and stuff in the free roam world. So that was pretty cool. There will be a Mario Kart World Direct specifically for that game on April 17th at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, Pacific Time. That's cool. The one I popped for, dude. I popped hard for this, man. The last big trailer for the Switch 2 Direct was Donkey Kong Bonanza. Let's fucking
How do they spell
go,
Bonanza?
dude. Bananza.
Bananza.
Yeah, I assume that they were going with banana.
Bonanza.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were going for. This is a new 3D platforming action adventure game. Yes! Yes!
Donkey Kong 64 is back.
Thank you. That sees Donkey Kong smashing through a new world. He can even break off chunks of the world to find more areas to explore and use the debris to attack enemies with. There's also looks to be plenty of bosses, humor, and 2D sections to play with as well. That is released on July 17th, 2025, about 2 weeks after the Switch 2 release. But yeah, he like grabs like rocks out of the ground and then you like fucking throw them and like break paths through the ground with it. It looks absolutely incredible.
They haven't had a 3D Donkey Kong game in
No.
Well,
sure
since
haven't.
64.
They
So, yeah,
sure
I was
have.
gonna say, since 1997.
And you could bet I fucking popped for this, dude. I've loved Donkey Kong. Kirby Air Riders is a new racing game coming to Nintendo Switch 2. I don't know if you've ever played Kirby Air Riders
I
originally.
did, yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. I kind of got a rise out of this one. I'm not a big Kirby guy,
It's like, I'm also not a big Kirby guy.
but it's coming from the Super Smash Brothers director, Masahiro Sakurai, which I was like, when I saw Kirby on the star, he's coming down on the star, I was like, new Smash Bros. I was like, new fucking Smash Bros. Let's go. And it wasn't, but that's okay.
I'm kind of surprised that they're doing two racing games right next to each other.
Yeah, but
Right.
they're different enough, I feel like.
'Cause I
Air
guess
Riders is a lot of like flying and stuff, so you know, we'll see. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are getting Nintendo Switch Edition versions at launch, which are heightened graphics, better quality of life improvements, so on and so forth.
Are they gonna do that to Violet and Scarlet by chance?
Faster load times, I should fucking hope so, but it was not announced here. There's also a new Zelda Notes app on the Switch online app that is exclusive to these new editions and will help players find shrines, Koroks, other locations along the commentary from Princess Zelda that wasn't part of the original games. That looks fucking crazy. It's basically like Google Maps for Hyrule, like on your phone,
Okay.
dude.
Interesting.
Metro Prime 4 is getting a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Versions with mouse controls. I was pretty pumped about this, so you can use your
Oh,
Nintendo
so you
Switch
can actually
mouse
okay.
for Metroid Prime. I was big pumped about that. Alongside that, it will feature quality 4K 60 frames per second / HDR and performance 1080p 120 frames and HDR modes. So that's cool. You can switch between the higher frames or the better frame rate or whatever. You can switch between performance mode and quality mode. You know what I'm saying? So they want to run better, want to look better. Really pumped about all of this, man. Mario Party Jamboree is getting expanded versions with mouse controls. Pokemon Legends ZA Nintendo Switch 2 edition will feature improved resolution and frame rate, so this is going to look much better on the Switch 2. Probably worth waiting for the Switch 2 to buy ZA. You can probably assume Scarlet and Violet will also get this treatment, but we do not know for sure yet. This part pissed me off. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will showcase the much anticipated next console. Basically, Nintendo Switch 2 is an interactive, fun way to learn more about the console and everything it can do. It features gameplay experiences and models of the Switch 2 and its Joy-Cons that'll teach players in a fun way how to work everything. Basically, you're little guys that are walking across a giant Switch 2. It'll be available as a paid digital title at the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm like, are you fucking me? Like, you gotta be kidding me. This is like their Astrobot PlayStation Home. Like, this is how you use the Switch, and I gotta pay for it? Catch me and everybody else in the world never paying for this fucking thing. I guarantee you this will be free 4 months after it comes out, I bet. 4 months, I bet they'll be like, sorry, it's free.
By the time you've already mastered the entire console.
Yeah, dude, like I would rather just like look in the mirror and like learn the Switch 2 than pay for a welcome tour about how to use it. We got a cool Drag X Drive game, which is an online 3v3 game that puts focus on Switch 2's mouse controls. It's basically like a murder basketball game in like wheelchairs. You gotta like use
murder ball you.
Yeah, you gotta like use the mouses to like roll the wheels basically, and then like turn, and then you can like shoot the basketballs and stuff. So.
Did anybody catch that reference? No.
I don't know how I feel about this game.
Right? Yeah.
Jonah Hill's like, I'm gonna murder ball you, and he like wheels towards the guy, and then he
murder
sticks his foot
ball
out
your
and
ass.
kicks him. It's like murder ball in his wheelchair.
Nintendo GameCube games are coming exclusively to Switch 2 via Nintendo Switch Online. Another pop for me. What up?
How much you gonna pay for it?
Yeah, GameCube games finally coming to the Switch, but they are exclusive to the Switch 2. These classic games will begin launching when the Switch 2 is released, and it will start with The Legends of Zelda The Wind Waker, F-Zero GX, and Soul Calibur 2 were the 3 that were confirmed in this direct. Nintendo will also be releasing as brand new wireless GameCube controller that fits these titles. So basically, you get the wireless GameCube controller to go with the Switch as well.
For $90.
That's what it sounds like. It is just nickel and dime the shit.
Oh yeah, dude, it's.
And I'm all out on this.
Yeah,
like get it cheaper, dog.
it's very expensive, but that's the tariffs.
Yeah,
like that's, and I'm expecting they'll only go up in price. We'll see. This is very exciting for me and probably Johnny, who's not here. Nintendo Switch 2 third-party games from Software's The Duskbloods and Elden Ring. Both coming to the Switch. The Duskbloods, an exclusive Souls-like game, a brand new title in a Dark Soul in the Souls-likes, exclusive to the Switch. Very, very excited for that. It looked very Bloodborne-esque.
what's it called again?
The Duskbloods.
The Duskbloods.
Elden Ring will also be coming to the Switch as well, including also games such as Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. This will follow Zelda's journey in the past, when she travels to the past in Tears of the Kingdom.
All I can think of right there was like, oh, damn, you guys thought Mario Kart was hard. Here's Elden Ring. Try that one.
Yeah, and one of the most shocking reveals from Nintendo Switch 2 Direct from Software showed a first look at the Duskbloods, which is coming exclusively to the Switch 2. It's a PvP VE multiplayer action game, which is giving us Bloodborne vibes. Features a very gothic-looking world. It appears we may be playing as a vampire, as we see the player character biting into someone's neck, and at some point in this trailer, turns into a fucking dinosaur. So...
it's a druid.
A vampire dinosaur. Let's fucking go.
Velocipaster?
If we're lucky, man. Hades 2 will also be released in 2025 for the Switch and Switch 2 before it's out on other consoles. Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, Cyberpunk 2077, Split Fiction, Project 007 was revealed. We don't know what it is, but it's a new James Bond game coming. I don't know if it's a GoldenEye remake. I don't know if it's a new title. But it was teased very quickly. All of this culminates with the Switch price tag being $500 for the Switch 2 plus the Mario Party World or Mario Kart World bundle, or $450 for just the console itself. This is also superseded by Nintendo Switch games, confirming that they will be $80 on release for digital copies and $90 on release for disc copies of the games. That sucks.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna be honest. It hurts. It hurts me. I don't like it. That's very, very fucking expensive, and it sets a dangerous fucking precedence because all the consoles are gonna follow now.
Now GTA 6 is gonna be fucking $120.
Guaranteed, at least $100 for GTA.
Yeah.
PlayStation, Xbox games are all once this comes out in June, they'll all follow suit. We're looking at $80 at least for games.
We don't have to go
moving forward
fitty
now.
on a couple of these.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start doing something because
Yeah,
games are just all gonna follow suit, which sucks.
$80 for a fucking digital copy. That's why I'm really out. Is it shouldn't be that expensive.
It's money, man.
Like I get it if
It
it's a
sucks.
physical copy, but for digital,
Inflation.
I mean, like, yeah, it's awful, man. I really, really don't like it, but what can you do?
Now that we got that sad stuff out of the way.
There's a lot of good shit in there. Give me some of your thoughts on like game reveals. What do you guys think? What excites you from what I just told you?
oh, Donkey Kong, DK, Donkey Kong. He's a leader of the bunch. You know him well. The DK rap.
You think because I'm black I know this? Why are you staring at me right
It was
now?
in the Mario. It was in the Mario. Super
You think
Mario.
I'm
movie.
related to Donkey Kong?
Oh my god.
Is that what you're trying to say right now, Zach?
Sure, why not?
I was not much of a Donkey Kong person growing up, really.
No, it's okay. I love Donkey Kong.
And I
64.
wouldn't say that I'm not a Donkey Kong person. I would just say I don't think my dad ever had that game because we had like, I don't know, Castlevania and Zelda and a couple other
It
things.
was all
but-
the harder games.
Yeah, just my dad never really. I had Mario 64, but that was like probably one of the.
It's like Mario 64.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think I ever had that one.
Did you? Was it you or me that brought up like what you wanted to see on the Switch too? Because I want to say I said Donkey Kong, but I'm not.
Yeah, I
100%
don't remember,
sure.
but I think we did talk for a little bit about that. I was big excited about that. Obviously, the GameCube stuff, and then any new Souls game, I'm like, holy buckets! And then this one is a whole new title. Let's go. Looks very Bloodborne-esque, which is like one of my favorite Souls games. Very excited to.
That was the gothic, like you have
Yeah,
firearms also.
correct.
That was the one that I started and quit almost immediately because I'm like, I don't get this game at all. I'd never played any Souls like games before, and then,
They're very hard to just jump into,
yeah.
but also, God, they're so much fun to just jump into. You know, just like don't tell me anything about the story of this game. Just let me kill stuff. You know. Like if I want to learn the story, I'll look around the world and find it. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be not recasting, but fan casting the Legend of Zelda movie that was announced at the Nintendo Switch Direct 2 weeks ago. I only have like the big three and then maybe like a couple other little ones, but these boys kind of
Well,
showed up in style for this game. You know what I'm saying?
Let's save the big three for the end. Let's save Zelda, Link, and Ganon for the end,
Okay.
and then you and I can just go back and forth if you have if we have similar people.
Yeah,
we'll
and
go.
then I'll just save my last
Yeah.
ones for the very.
And if you have like any that we do, then we'll do all three. But I'll let Zach go ahead.
that works for me. Let me get the browser ready to go. I'll Google these pictures so that chat can see kind of
what do you want to start with?
I have my big three at the top, so at the bottom of the list I have like Impa, Saria, female Gerudo leader.
Okay, let's do the leaders. Kind of. I
Okay.
think I've got.
Start with the leaders. I don't have any of these motherfuckers, so
Perfect.
you guys
Yeah,
get off on it. You
You
know?
want to start with the Gerudo?
Gerudo. Oh, fucking, I don't actually have that one.
Well, I do, so I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
I have Zoe Saldana.
Damn it! Oh, I do
I
have
mean,
her,
yeah,
but
yeah.
not on that one.
Really?
Yeah. Well, again, I was going off of Twilight Princess and
Okay.
Ocarina of Time.
That's fair.
I mean, you could probably assume, you know, some of these people are gonna, you know.
Imagine her with red hair though.
As well, she's already an action star too.
Yeah.
So
Oh, she's
she
badass.
fit that role.
She's fucking badass.
So I've got her as Minda from Twilight Princess. She is the Twilight Princess, I guess. I can't. It's
She
been
is
a while.
the Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Can you pull up Minda from
Yeah,
Twilight
I
Princess?
sure
Just
can.
so, because he's never played the game.
Oh, sorry, it's Midna.
Midna.
Yeah.
Well, you said Minda,
Yeah.
but yeah, so like,
Okay.
So it's honestly kind of similar to Gerudo.
Yeah. No, I can see it.
she's not unlike a Gerudo.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Do you have a Rudo or Mifa, leader of the not leader, but the princess from like the Zoras?
I got Rudo. Yeah.
Rudo, you got Rudo. Okay. I have Kirin Shipka, Kier.
I'm I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she's Sabrina.
Sabrina, yeah.
Oh, okay. Definitely the smaller build.
Yep.
I've got Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky.
Ledecky.
Oh, there we go.
She's an Olympic swimmer.
So
that's-
I see what route you went with that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I was like, yeah. Like,
Yeah, why would you want to cast an actress in that role? You know, that would be crazy. That would be
I thought it would be
crazy.
She's
Zach
also a
definitely went for the chick that had bigger arms than him, and that's crazy.
Every girl has bigger arms
Uppies?
than me.
Uppies?
Uppies?
Can I have uppies, mommy? Okay.
I only had her for young and old.
Yeah, I had the same.
Rude, okay.
I have a Goron leader. I put Darunia because that's who it was in Breath of the Wild, I think.
That's also
Or,
what I've got.
Ocarina
And
of Time.
Ocarina of Time, too.
Perfect. For that, I have the venerable Jack Black.
Oh, damn it. That's a good one. Okay.
These are the only people in
For
this,
who?
like...
We know who Jack Black looks
Yeah,
like. But who?
Darunia are the leader of the Gorons.
Oh, yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah.
Daruna.
Dormaka it is.
Definitely
Oh, this must be what he's modeled after.
Honestly, yeah.
And
Okay. All right, what do you got for it?
I've got Eddie Hall.
Yeah, also not an actor.
He kind of is at this point.
I picked Jack Black because I'm like, this is the only like race that is just goofy and like not serious about anything, and they just roll around all day in like their little balls and then pop out. And they're like,
Sup, dog?
oh, like Jack Black. Jack Black seems to be the guy for that.
Plus, you got the beard.
Yeah,
I just went for someone who's
I
just...
feel like if Jack Black pops up in my Zelda movie, though, it's no longer a Zelda movie. You know? Does that make sense? Like it's like he fucking pops up and everything has to be made about him. Like no matter what the movie is.
He is a big kind of actor. I try to stay away from a lot of those.
The big ones?
Yeah, big actors.
I mean, I tried.
Well,
Ball of my
clearly,
actors,
I
actors.
definitely...
Yeah.
Do
who
you've
else you
got King Zora?
I do not.
I've got Mark Addy.
Who the heck is Mark?
Oh, it's Baratheon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, he's a big kind of chubbier guy.
Yeah. All I
He
can think of is that fucking... I flipped out when I was streaming this, but like, you have to tell him to scoot over so you could get to the Jabba fish, and he does
Yeah, yeah.
that like 17 times, and you just sit there watching like... Okay. Let's see. I have Saria, the forest chick from Ocarina of Time, and for her I have Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay. I mean, we like Sabrina Carpenter.
We do like Sabrina Carpenter,
but
I just right there with green hair,
I just don't know if I buy it.
green hair, and she sings.
She's also pretty young looking, so...
She gotta be younger.
It's kind of an elfish, fairy-ish.
Angular features.
What would you call them? What are they again?
I'm gonna use the term angular features a lot here in a little bit, just so you know.
I've got Amy Donald.
Amy Donald, huh?
A-M-I-E.
A-M-I-E.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
it's
from-
Megan.
yeah.
Have you guys seen the trailer for Megan 2.0?
There's a second
We
one.
have got to watch the trailer for that before the end of this episode, dude.
All
Holy
right.
shit. Holy shit.
I feel like I didn't make it.
Sidetrack from the little game we're playing here. Jesus Christ, dude. Give the goddamn Oscar to him already. Why are we fucking waiting until Megan 2 comes out? Like, let's just we'll get to it. We'll watch this trailer.
I'm excited for this now. Okay.
We'll watch this trailer. It's
To be
fucking-
honest,
it's
it was
good.
the voice actor or the younger actress, but I went with the younger actress as
Yeah.
you can.
This is like the body actress for Megan or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Who's the voice actress? Do you know?
If you look in that bottom left hand, I can't remember her name.
Oh, I got you. This one right
Yeah.
here. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't hate it.
You don't have an Impa? We don't have to
Oh, I do have
Google mine.
Impa.
Mine's a very well-known actress, so we don't have to Google mine. but-
Angelina Jolie.
Katherine Heigl.
Oh.
Tall, imposing, mommy figure. Give her a short haircut. Let's do it.
I mean, there's a short haircut right there on her. Look at that. Boom.
Impa, right there.
I went Gal Gadot.
For Impa?
Yeah. Again, kind of more of that butchier type. Definitely.
Whoa.
I don't know if I would say that for Gal
Whoa.
Gadot. Gal Gadot. The
Pump
venom.
your
Sorry.
brakes there.
Well, as in, like, she's a badass who could.
The question is, if you cast Gal Gadot in
I'm
this
offended
movie,
for all Gal
do
Gadot
you
fans.
want every line read she has to just be god fucking awful?
Yeah.
That's the question.
This is
She'd be
another
like-
thing. We should have discussed this prior.
She's
to,
not
like,
even. She's not a big character.
There's not a whole lot of talking in these games.
Yeah.
No, there's not.
There's not a
So, like,
single
I'm-
dialogue said in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Thanks
be-
for-
She doesn't say a fucking thing. It's great. If you just gotta look at her, she's great. But if she speaks, you're like, Kal-El, no. That's my Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. I have done pretty much everybody except for my Kid Link, Kid Zelda, Navi, and then the big three.
Then should I just kind of rattle off a few?
Yeah, go ahead.
So for Epona, I've got SJP.
Sarah Jessica Parker, yeah.
Thank you. That was kind of my joke one that I had to throw in there.
I don't fucking get it.
She's got a horse face is the
Yeah.
joke. The joke is that, she's not very
Give me your
attractive.
hand. Give me your hand. Naughty.
I've got Ingo, the kind of evil person in like the stable.
Oh, the ranch guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got him as
that guy.
Ben Kingsley.
Oh,
You're going to put Sir Ben Kingsley
Sir Ben.
as just
Kingsley.
like
A side
the mean
throwaway.
guy from the barn.
the dude who looks like
He's got a
not-
rusty bitch
not
face, and
Luigi.
I mean, that's cool, but like, we're not wasting Ben Kingsley on like the horse guy.
All right, well that's who I picked.
Fuck.
That's like a fucking a professional bad guy. Like
You just cast Ben Kingsley as extra hairy, not cool Luigi. Because that's exactly what Inigo is.
Well, he even looks like him too, kind of.
Shut up! Don't you say that. Don't you
I've got Talon. I'm pretty sure Malon's dad, correct, is John Travolta. I was going off of their 3D models, and
Hey,
that's
he needs money these days. You know, he's not getting much work, so I think he.
yeah, that Scientology is really kind of fucking him up, eh?
I mean, as much as I get it, what the fuck?
I
For
also hate it.
Malon, I've got Francisca Capraldi, Capaldi.
Franciscus what?
Capaldi.
Capaldi? What is she?
Yes.
Familiar to me. What is she in?
She's in
What do you know her
a
from?
few movies.
She just looks familiar. I can't think of what, but
I completely. It's like they go on a music tour in a Volkswagen bus, and I can't remember that name
Disney
of.
shit. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, fair enough.
This is who?
Malin, the one that gives you
Up on
Epona.
it, yeah, from the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a younger redheaded girl, and I think
That's
Perfect.
like a side character
Perfect.
from the ranch. I'm surprised you didn't pick like one of the biggest stars in the world to be.
not all of them are.
Yeah, a side character we see for 8 minutes in the ranch, Sir Ben Kingsley.
Dude that you
Whatever.
beat in a
What?
race and then never see again.
The shopkeeper who sells you a sword at the very beginning that we don't see again.
Well,
Robert Downey Jr.
Speaking of which, so I do have the Happy Mask
Speaking of which.
salesman.
What's that?
The Happy Mask salesman,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Michael Emerson.
Michael Emerson. That's
I think he would do it so well.
Mike Emerson. Let's see here. This guy? Oh yeah, I see it. Guy's old though. So
The guy with the glasses.
yeah, this
Okay,
guy.
okay.
But like, he's like, man, I feel like the Happy Mask salesman.
No, I want the unknown dude that's right now in between those pictures.
Yeah, this guy.
That's who I
Give me
fucking
this.
want. Give me
Yes,
him.
dude. Give
Put
me
it-
this.
put-
I
put
want
me down
this
for
Mike
him, bro.
Emerson.
Put me
That's
down
who
for
I
him.
He
want.
makes such a great psychotic looking character, and that's what you'll see more of a Happy Mask salesman.
I want the dude.
in
I want the
Majora's
dude
Mask.
from What We Do in the Shadows, who's an energy vampire.
Yeah.
That's who I want.
That is a good show, correct? Like I've always wanted
Yeah,
to
it's
watch
funny.
it.
Yeah, it's funny.
Damn
Dude.
it.
Super funny. All right.
It's full of up dog though. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, dog?
Nothing much, man. What's up with you?
fucking crazy.
I got the Great Fairies. If you
I have
wanna-
one great fairy.
I didn't do a great fairy.
Um,
I do have a great fairy, actually.
you're gonna fucking hate it though.
Okay.
I've
I
got the
usually do.
Olsen sisters.
Oh God.
So all of them are different because there's 4 sisters.
There are full 4 sisters. There are 4 sisters.
There's only 3.
There is Elizabeth, Mary Kate, and Ashley, and then there's another younger one who's 27.
Oh.
I did look it up. That's
So I still got a chance.
Taking there's a chance.
Lizzie Olsen's passed. past me. You know what I'm saying? She's on
All right.
she's on to bigger and better things.
Is that the last random one I've got?
I did.
Oh,
that.
I do have one. Again, you're gonna fucking hate it. It's The Running Man.
Oh,
Tom Cruise.
I hate you so much.
It's what?
Tom Cruise.
As what?
The Running
dude that
Man.
runs.
I mean, that white boy likes to run, dude.
Okay, so I take that back.
Alright.
I do have a second joke one on there.
Okay.
No, that was my second joke one.
Oh,
Was,
that was it?
Tom
Okay,
Cruise.
Oh, I got you.
All right, I have a great fairy now that we have a discussion, and it dawned on me because I didn't even think to cast one. Chapel Roan.
Who?
Pull her picture up
I
and tell me
feel-
she don't look just like a
I
great
feel like
fairy.
you made this joke during the stream.
Probably. And that's probably why it just hit me that I was like, I didn't cast one. But she could fucking crush it, dude.
Oh shit!
Tell me she wouldn't crush that.
She looks creepy.
She
Who
looks
is
like
that?
one. She looks like one.
Why have I seen that before?
Chapel Roan.
She's a pop star.
What?
Pink Pony Club.
I do like the pink.
I think
ponies
you're gonna
at
have to
the,
sing a lot more of the song. You know what I'm saying? Just so we know for sure.
Oh, you're
like,
not talking about the alcoholic
get
drink?
into some of the lyrics. You know, really,
Oh.
like a minute and a half. If you sing like 40 seconds of the song, I think we could probably get it.
That's a lot of seconds of the song.
I would like to tell you that I know the entire song, but I will not do that.
Yeah, I got a great fairy, but it's Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah, she's. It's the eyes, dude. It's the eyes.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
Oh, okay.
We love
And
her.
she's doing like procedural TV shows now, so like she could use a movie, you know?
She could use them. Fair enough.
Procedural TV. What?
Yeah, she's like in a TV show now on like whatever TNT or something that's like, oh, I'm a real smart lawyer, blah blah blah, or something like that. You know, like a procedure that comes on every week. And it's super dramatic for no reason. Grey's Anatomy,
soap
fucking
opera, but
911,
not gonna last.
Hawaii Five, all those like fucking. Oh, there's a plane falling out of the sky, and the 911 operator is the only one keeping it in the air. You know, shit like that.
Fair
and
enough.
next week somehow it gets more dramatic. It's crazy.
Like Lost. But shittier. I'm gonna do my kid Link and my kid Zelda.
Yeah, I don't have a kid Zelda.
Kid Zelda, I have McKenna Grace, who is from Young Sheldon. It's the little sister.
She's old, isn't she? Not now.
Not that old.
She's old enough now to look exactly like Karen Shipka. So it's like, I feel like that would be confusing.
It would be. She does kind of look like her. I didn't think of that at first. And then my kid Link is Walker Scoble, which is the kid that plays Percy Jackson in the
Yeah,
newer
he's
series.
also young Ryan Reynolds and
Yeah.
But this kid's also like fucking almost 20 now.
Is he?
So-
Is he really?
Yeah, I mean,
God, he looks so young.
Look at this
though.
first picture of him, dude. I mean, he's
Yeah.
like fucking almost adult Link age, you know?
Yeah, I think of him. I think second picture because I'm like, dude, how many seasons of Percy Jackson are we gonna get done here
Yeah.
before he starts looking that old?
He's also got a young face, so I think he'll be fine. But like,
Yeah.
you can tell like, he's also getting a little old. He's looking a little jacked out in that first picture. You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
does. He's getting a little bigger.
getting a little fucking
He's got
some
fuzz
pee
on his-
some
got
getting some pee hair. You know what I'm saying?
got some fuzz on his
Jesus
features now.
Christ.
That young guy.
And we're moving on. I got Tom Moeller.
Tom.
So Mulher. Lhur.
Mulhern.
Yeah, oh, that's not it.
That's not it. You must have spelled that wrong.
Idiot.
Mulher.
Sure, it's not Mueller. No.
No.
H-E-R.
Mulher. My man didn't.
Your man doesn't exist.
Your
No,
guy
apparently
doesn't
not.
exist.
You made
man.
somebody up. Cheater.
Well, that sucks. No, it was.
Who is he?
Who is he? Do you
does
know
he
what he's
play?
in?
Yeah.
No. I just looked up actors, and he just looked young enough and had that.
I
Kind
mean,
of
this guy's a little old,
a
but
thinner
like I could see
face.
it.
Well,
I
I
could
think he
see
could
that.
do
I
it.
could
Well,
see
okay,
this dude.
okay.
you know?
So Asa Butterfield was my adult Link, and he looked just like him but younger. So that's why I also chose him.
You and Asa Butterfield, huh?
Yeah.
yeah,
So
you like this dude. What else did you just cast him in recently? I forget.
probably
what-
a lot of stuff.
I do like him. He
I
was.
feel like you put him in Lord of the Rings when we recasted Lord of the Rings not long ago. I feel like you put him in there.
Probably as Frodo. Yeah, that makes sense.
I actually think that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, it checks out. I'm looking at that bottom left picture. You totally did that.
Yep.
I like him. He was real fun in Ender's Game. I liked him. He was a good Ender.
Yeah.
Can I finish off on Young Zelda?
Yeah.
Why would you want to finish off on Young Zelda?
Oh,
Gross.
bad choice of words.
Gross.
All right, I feel like
Got it,
my
Jack.
terrible handwriting got me on this one too.
I do. So I'm sitting before
Sherry
you
Crooks.
before you told me I'm sitting here on
Terry?
my phone.
Sherry.
Sherry.
SHREC. I don't know why I put C though, but is it RESH? Sherrick? That doesn't seem fucking right.
Like I'm trying here, man.
No, that's on me for SHREC Crooks. And I think I fucked that up.
I'm just gonna type in Sherry and maybe Google will just know.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely not. Okay, I do have to say
Jackie
these
suck.
are the young actors, and maybe it's they're very not known.
Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly see this being Zelda.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not here to judge you for casting who you want as Zelda.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Me either.
Cara Devine is my older Zelda.
Google knows her.
Yeah.
How old is old Zelda? I mean, I feel like this bitch is like 35. You know,
She's old,
She's
but she looks young.
29, 28.
Kara is.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean,
So there's still a chance. She's also a hot model.
it's a fucking slim chance. I'll tell you that.
Why are you saying that? Like, why do you say it like that, Kyle?
Because one, I mean, she's on record saying redheads creep her out.
That's not. Is that
That's not
actually
true. She said it on the Suicide Squad thing. Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't hate it. I just
I did have it wrong.
let me have it. Let's hear it.
SHREECROOKS. Oh, that was Crooks.
Shri.
Shri?
Shree.
She's basically a scroll. Okay, so just because I know you said you were looking for young actors, right? I ran into a problem today where I typed into my phone young blonde actresses, and then I stopped before I hit enter. I was like, I'm not gonna hit send on that. That's not a good thing.
I feel like there's nothing like
I was
horrible
like,
in
I'm
that
on a
one,
list
dude.
if I do that,
Look,
dude.
if my FBI agent seems a lot worse on my phone, of like,
Probably well for your phone, yeah. That's about as bad as it gets.
yeah, but I mean, you have a bunch of like searches of like these actors, and
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So, I think I'm safe. Maybe, hopefully.
The only thing, let's see what I got here that's not. I got a couple that aren't the big three that I'll go through before we finish, because I do have a King Rome as well.
King Rome.
It's his name in like Breath of the Wild, Zelda's dad, but like obviously his incarnation of her dad like changes
The
a
King
bunch.
of the Red Lions
Yeah,
from Wind Waker.
yeah.
Kind of.
I went with Brian Cox for the man. That's not fucking it. Google's fucking me over.
Wow, what is going on today?
I don't know what this is. Why it's showing me physicist here. But this is the Brian Cox that I wanted right here.
King Agamemnon from Troy.
Or the voice of Helm Hammerhand in War of the Rohirrim.
Was he?
Yep.
Very nice.
Sure was. That's the Brian Cox I wanted. I don't know why they're showing me the physicist right off the rip, but that's okay.
That's probably your
But that's
searches because you're looking. Do you search up a lot of cocks on your computer?
No.
Surprising.
Notice it didn't autofill. And then I also had a Midna, which was
Ooh, okay.
Jessica Henwick, who I really like a lot. She was in all sorts of stuff, but probably most recognizably Game of Thrones. One of the Sand Snakes, I believe.
Yes.
Oh.
At first, I was like, "Wait,
She's also in Iron Fist and a few other
Am
things.
I in the most beautiful girl in the world?
Was she?
Different one.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, she was Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
I
she's
was
not
like,
the
wait,
young
she
one.
looks-
She's not the oldest one. She's like the middle one.
Because she looks like the girl that's the advisor in House of the Dragon too. Comes over and
I mean,
she look kind of similar.
I see it, but yeah.
That's what I thought it was at first glance.
I was just a big fan of her from like Iron Fist too. She's in Iron Fist, and that show sucks, but like not her in it.
Yeah,
she's very, very good in it.
The main actor, I did not care for that at all.
Yeah, that guy was like, fuck. It was rough. I'll kick us off with old. I guess you got old Zelda first, but because I picked Kiernan Shipkin for my Zelda because she looks old enough, and she just I don't know, just looks good. I feel like
just.
I don't remember. We already looked it up. We know what it looks like.
Who do you have for Link?
Who do I have for Link? For young Link, I got this dude. Christian
Bale?
Convery.
Okay.
This is the dude from Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth, I remember that kid, yep.
He's very little, and he looks very young. And I don't know if he is this young.
He looks like he could wear a green tunic and crawl into a small space.
I agree.
Making 3 movies out of it, that's going to take 6 years. He's going to be 20,
get this dude
22.
Get this dude that looks like he's 9. He's like an Andy Milonakis, you know what I'm saying? If this dude's 15 years old and he looks like he's 8, cast him. We're in. All right. Saving Link for last, I assume, probably. We want to do Ganon next?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Or, well, I guess I haven't done my Zelda, my older.
Old kid Zelda?
I did my kid one. I didn't do the older one.
Oh, old Zelda.
But I have Anya Taylor-Joy for that one.
Yeah.
I just, for these ones, like, the main thing I was going off of is, like, elfy features, like angular, lean people, basically.
The bottom one, the red dress, I like that. That would be a good Zelda, I think. Because she has played a lot of period pieces, correct?
Yeah. I don't like the way you said period pieces, but...
I'm just Victorian age. I don't fucking know.
I'm kidding. All right, and then the 2 that I have left that we have not done. The only 2 that I have left.
Should be adult Link and Ganon.
Adult
right?
Link and Ganon. Yep.
I'd say we go Ganon and then Link last.
Ganon it is.
Hero
Let's go
time.
first.
Save him for last.
Who's going first? With Ganon.
I'll go first because you guys make fun of me. Jason Momoa.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you're telling me
Ganon?
He's got the long hair, which Ganondorf actually has.
I've never seen him.
Slick it back with a crown in it.
Okay.
He's also a big, scary motherfucker.
That's fair.
My thought for Ganon was that I want somebody imposing for when he's in his humanoid kind of form, but I also need somebody who sounds fucking imposing when he does go into like his fucking boar form.
Thanos.
Or his fucking
Different
final form, you know what I'm saying? So I went with Javier Bardem.
That's not a terrible choice, dude. I fuck with that.
Because this dude just sounds fucking scary, dude. He's got a cool voice. He's big and imposing. Freaking terrifying in Pirates of the Caribbean when he was the bad guy in that one, dude. Terrifying in that one, and then No Country for Old Men.
Psycho.
Oh, dude. So good. He's very good. And he's kind of brown, you know.
He's kind of brown.
Diversity.
I'll give you my brown
It's diversity.
I, for Ganon, have Idris Elba.
I don't hate it. I I like him as a good guy more though, so I feel like I'd be like, I don't know if I like it, but that's just me. Like he's a good.
Like green paint on this dude, and he's already kind of jacked, you know.
He's tall, correct too? Like that's.
I think he'd be a good Ganon. I don't know. Y'all gonna hate
Yeah, better than Jason Momoa.
Fucking hell, man. It's my one diversity hire on the
time for
team.
Link, boys.
Yeah, who wants to start the bidding here?
Well, you already know mine. I did choose Asa Butterfield.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're going back.
Yeah.
We're going back just in case.
Yeah. I got it. It's so dumb. That
I just feel like Anya Taylor-Joy takes a look at this dude and she's like, nah.
Oh, smash.
Oh. This is just it's hard for me to do this, but I could not think of anybody else. Like once I got this image in my head, I couldn't get it out.
Don't say it.
Timothy Chalamet, dude.
Oh my god.
I had to.
Tom Holland. Those are the two that like I saw on the list of like actors who are in their 20s, who are young looking. I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like him for this either.
You make him blonde and he don't have to say a fucking word, dude.
Ah, fuck, he sold me on that one.
You don't have to say a word. Hup, hup, ha. That's all he's got to do.
Let's see if I got a picture of him as a blonde. Awful. Kidding me?
Who's the old dude on the bottom right, dude?
I think that's Bob Dylan.
Oh my god.
I think he's supposed to try to look like Bob Dylan. In this.
Scroll down just a little bit more. There's got to be something other than that. Blue fucking. Oh god.
I can't really scroll down,
okay, gotcha,
unfortunately. With
well, wig. All right. That's my guy though.
I mean, he can shave his head like the picture on the
Who's,
top left hand.
Who's Gaga?
that dude from Game of Thrones again.
The dude from Game of Thrones.
Thomas
Jamie Lannister.
Brody Sangster. This dude.
Oh yeah.
He looks like
He's
a grown up
40
version
years
of.
old.
I don't care.
That's the
That's good.
He's
Longevity.
literally 40 years
Longevity, and since he's an adult, he can fucking hang ween in the movie.
old. Fucking A.
Like if we need a
Trying to do to my beloved Zelda.
like if we need a scene where like Link's got his ass cheeks out, you know, this dude.
This is a Nintendo.
He's
Like,
here.
what Nintendo game is rated M?
Nobody knows.
Because there is
The
none.
Legend of Zelda and the Hanging Dong on the Princess. Written and directed by Kyle
hanging
fucking
ween,
Leonard, dude.
Hanging ween, dude.
Oh, that's crazy.
I got Navi. If anyone else has a Navi.
I don't have a Navi. Do you?
I had what's her name? That Wanda Maximoff.
Elizabeth Olsen?
I have her voicing it. Yep.
Well, she's a great fairy, so sorry.
Hey, I think she's got a good voice for it, man.
I need to just look at Elizabeth Olsen today. It just kind of makes it a good day, you know.
I think she'd be a solid voice for it.
Is it the teeth? She's got a really nice smile.
Really
She's
nice
a really nice
smile.
everything,
She's
dog.
really nice nose, you know, like it just sits on her face well. All right, let's hear it. Is it Peter Dinklage?
I wish. No, I get Christian Shell.
Morgan Freeman.
Christian Shell?
Christian Shell. God, I'm trying to think of. It's Bob's Burger. It's the youngest daughter.
Oh.
That's the voice.
Also Saturday Night Live, right? No, maybe not.
I think so, maybe. But like, she has that very high pitched voice, and like that'd be perfect for. Hey, listen.
No, she's got a fucking lowest voice. I remember this chick, dude.
I feel like I want to go the other way, you know what I'm saying? With Navi, I feel like I want Navi to just be like this deep, sultry voice for the movie, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I want to be like, hey, listen. And just have it be like, you know,
That
No.
fucking Terry Crews, you know?
some Barry White.
Andre, I wish Andre Brauger wasn't dead, dude. The captain from Brooklyn
Good
Nine-One,
God.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He'd be perfect for it, dude.
Listen.
Be like, hey, listen. Anyway, that's who I.
Peralta.
All right, guys. Let's watch this. I want to watch this movie trailer, and then we can get out.
All right, so I'm pretty sure I'm the winner on this one.
False.
No, man.
No matter what you do, you lose because of Jason Momoa.
What the
Jason
fuck?
Momoa. Yeah, Jason Momoa brings you down quite a
Damn
bit.
it. I love him though.
I feel like our chatters aren't in right now, so they can't pick a winner for us. But
Too bad.
I had a little bit of time before like getting Tyson from school, and I was contemplating doing an all black list as well.
Yeah.
but I didn't get to it. I'm kind of sad that I didn't.
all right, we're gonna watch the Megan 2.0 trailer. It's not pausing. Pause. Pause.
What a bit. I don't know that. I feel like I watched this one, but I don't know that I like finished it all the way for some reason.
Are you?
Well, guess what? We're watching it now.
Have you seen the first one?
That's what I'm saying. Is I feel like I started. I just don't remember how it ends. Creepy though. Always fucking creepy as soon as I look at this bitch.
I don't think the volume's not on my laptop. Let me fix that so that we can hear it. They'll be able to hear it, but I also want us to hear it for obvious reasons.
It would be nice.
Oh, I can maybe do the TV even. Let's see if that works. Nope. That's okay.
Oh, we probably have to turn the volume up on the
Volume's
TV.
probably down on the TV, yeah, so I'll just do the laptop.
I'll admit, there were some bugs in my programming. It's hardly fair to blame me for that.
I think this is it, maybe not.
But one thing hasn't changed. I will do whatever it takes to protect Katie. What the hell is this? You put me in this plastic Teletubby?
Prove you can be trusted, and maybe we'll give you an upgrade.
We have a problem. We're hunting an autonomous android named Amelia. She was built using your design for Megan.
How is this possible? We deleted it.
Apparently you didn't. Nothing in our arsenal can stop her. She's gone rogue. Killing anyone who's contributed to her creation.
I think I did it.
And you and Katie are next.
I know how to stop Amelia. She's getting more powerful. Soon she'll be the most dangerous weapon on the planet. Put me in a body and I'll help you stop her.
Remember what happened last time. You threatened to rip out my tongue and put me in a wheelchair.
I was upset.
Everyone deserves a second chance. You would like us to rebuild a deranged robot in order to catch another one.
Would you prefer I gave you a printout that you can read at your own pace?
Okay, Megan. Time to give you an upgrade. Anything you'd like to add?
I want to be stronger, faster. Hey, so remember the time I strangled you and set the lab on fire? I want you to know. That won't happen again.
Thank you so much.
Make me taller. Alright, meat sacks. Let's get to work.
Why did this seem more like a comedy?
I don't
There
know,
does seem
dude,
to be
but I
some
love it.
silliness in it, though.
I'm to protect Katie. The only question is, are you going to stand in my way? Hold on to your vaginas.
I don't care if she did kill 4 people. She is a smoking hot warrior princess.
I'll make you a deal. You can kill Gemma, but don't touch Katie.
Megan.
What the fuck, dude?
Dude, I'm fucking in for it, man.
I'm
Is
here
it
for
coming
it
out
anyway.
this
Fucking
year?
in for it. Yeah. Somebody's got it on their fucking draft list. I forget who it was.
Damn.
It's Tanner, I think. Maybe.
I think
he
whoever
got.
got that has got to have a winner.
I feel like he got stuck with it and he wasn't happy with it at first, and then now, psych, turns out it looks like it might be the best movie of the year. So, what do you do?
I fucking hope so.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I really got for us today. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate you. Remember, if you like the show, go to twitch.tv/VelocityPod, where you can subscribe to the podcast. You can follow the podcast. You can interact with the podcast live when we talk about our subjects like recasting the live-action Zelda movie. A lot of fun. Let us know in the comments who you think had the best cast list, and why is it not Zach, for sure.
Why is it not Zach?
Which casting do you think takes Zach out of the running for sure? Because I think it's Jason Momoa. But
not Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is pretty high up there, though.
Close second.
You know.
Very close second.
But not in running. Always in first place running. Spotify and Apple Podcasts, where you can go to type in Velocity Entertainment and find audio podcasts of over 100 or 200 episodes of Velocity Entertainment proper. Remember to tune in on Sundays for movies in review while we're doing the Monsterverse. We'll be doing Godzilla vs. Kong next. Tune in on Wednesdays for the Pokemon Nuzlocke from 8:30 to 10:30. Tuesday, Tanner will be beating Kingdom Hearts, he said, for sure. And then tomorrow morning, he'll likely be starting Majora's Mask for the first time. So tune in for that. Zach won,
Oh, thank you.
I guess.
Who the fuck said that?
I don't know, some weirdo,
Oh,
some
some-
weirdo in the chat.
Some
Dude.
fucking person also named Zach.
Some weirdo in the chat, dude.
He's probably a ginger, so he doesn't count.
And then Fallout Fridays are back, of course, with me, Johnny, and Trey, and that was a blast. It was a good 3-hour stream last week. So tune into that this week as well. We appreciate you guys. Thanks, Zach. Thanks, Tanner, for hanging out. We love you guys. We'll see